comments that are coming through.
Zuckerberg, you're right.
It's taking ages for shit to happen. No, it's not.
No, there's just a slight delay, right?
And that's where you'll be.
It's like Lovren on Saturday.
just a little delay. And Andy, I'm going to sit beside you.
There we go. We're up. Your head's right now.
How are you periscoping the Facebook Live? It's the day trippers of it. What day is it? It's not Monday because it's Tuesday.
Bank holiday Monday, Tuesday.
Oh, the bald patch again. Fuck's sake. Why do you keep putting me underneath that?
People don't.
All right.
Right.
Right, Ian, these are the microphones. Fuck it. Look, we're not even using them at the moment. So just
Are they not working now?
well, they will be in a few minutes. Yeah, we're recording the podcast. But for the moment, what we're doing here.
So we just lean in.
So we're just leaning in and we can pretend that we're talking to the microphones very professionally, but we're not actually talking to microphones. Right, good evening to everyone. This is the Periscope, this is the Facebook Live, this is the YouTube sort of 15-minute segment. It's more or less just for us to warm up before we do the funny part of the podcast. This is the shitty part that we just do to use to warm up. Will you turn that off?
There you go.
Okay,
Like
so
when you ring into Adrian Kenny and you get radio on.
You say shit bollocks fuck. And then he cut you off and the 10-second delay is gone there. And then as soon as you know it's gone, you go shit bollocks fuck.
right, so look, we're in tonight. There's a lot of shit going on. It's the week before the season starts, and as you'd imagine, something weird and wonderful has happened down LFC way, right? But before we do it, the Super Duper Cup finals going on at the moment. United are playing Real Madrid. They're losing 1-0. Casemiro scored the goal. And that's about it. Can't be arsed talking about United or Real Madrid. Fuck them. Right, lads, the big story of the day clearly is, and there is no other story that's dominating LFC headlines, but
There could be two.
There could be two. There could be three.
Yeah.
There could be three.
Well, I haven't heard shit. Whatever.
None.
So the most important thing is that literally nothing has happened today. Bar a load of rumours about Coutinho and Virgil van Dijk. So what part of the season do we just stop talking about these things? When?
On Saturday at about 11:30 when everyone's looking forward to kick off.
But do you think?
Just forget
do
about the shite
you think
from-
people are so lost in Transferland at the moment that they even realise there's a match going on?
I think it's genuinely driving people mad.
Yeah.
I'd text you lot today. I'm done.
I'm
not worn out by it yet.
I think anyone with a bit of common sense is, that
I
way.
have to say that the season's crept up on me more than any other season ever.
Because of all the
it.
You were waiting for something big to happen. And
I can't believe
the time ran away,
I can't believe we're playing in 4 days' time. I can't believe it. It just seems like
pre-season
I
just flew, didn't
expected
it?
there to be 3 or 4 very, very key additions into that team, and the season's starting, and it's kind of just the one.
Yeah, well,
I personally believe that we needed them 2 or 3, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen. And the season's just crept up now. It's hard to believe that we're actually going to start playing football again. We're pretty much the same team as last year. We just need to hope that we've improved drastically at the back, because Moreno's going to be starting left full, Trent is going to be starting right full, Lovren and Matip are going to be starting.
Moreno's back in the fold now.
Yeah.
All of a sudden.
So it's like we can spin it negatively and we can spin it positively. But right now, if you're just being rational, if you're just being calm and looking things as they are, it's worrying.
Which way do you reckon I'm going to spin it?
You, Jay? I'd say now, if I was a gambling man, given that I've known you for a long time at this stage, I'd say you definitely have the most negative take of an LFC fan that you possibly can. So, Jay, here's the storing spoon. Spin away.
You made a point today. You said if we were to stop the window now, it would be a catastrophe, and I agree. If we do no more business, that's an absolute failure. Because I said before the start of the summer, I felt there was 3 positions that we needed to address. I actually do have faith in the squad that we have, and I think Klopp values them higher than probably the fans do. So I only felt we really needed three players, which was a commanding centre-back who can play in our system, a left-back, an actual left-back with a left foot who can go on the outside, stretch the play, and then a pacey wide player that when Mane isn't playing, we're not solely reliant on him. Salah is arguably the best, or one of the best options we could have got in that position. Robinson, it is what it is. It was a value signing. You said it today, Andy. If we were then going to use the money we saved on a left back to pump into another position, it would make sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like we're going to do that. So then you start to question it. If we get Van Dijk, I'd come away from this being happy because I feel like we've addressed the 3 areas that I felt were an issue. And then on top of that, I think some of the younger lads can make an impact now. I think you look at the likes of Trent. I think you can rely on him for 15 games a season. Solanke, I actually think we can rely on him to score us goals. So when you look at that, and then you know the likes of Henderson, Sturridge, hopefully going to give us more game time this season, I don't think the squad's as threadbare as what people would make out.
What we've done in the last couple of days is kind of take myself out of the Liverpool thing for a minute and look at everyone else. And you look at City, I actually think their centre-back situation is as bad, if not worse, than ours. I think the team sheets for the Arsenal Chelsea game come up the other day, and Chelsea are actually in a dire position, and nobody's saying anything. It's just we're melting down. Conte, it looks like he's on the edge of a meltdown.
17 players I've seen that can't be right.
That's all they had.
They've lost a shed load of players as well.
They've lost Costa and they've lost Matic now. Bakayoko's come in. We don't know what he's going to do. They have 2 starting 11 players in their team that last year that aren't there now anymore, and they only played 2 competitions the 3 competitions last year. Chelsea, like nobody else. Spurs are still.
But just on the Chelsea thing though, they have
So just
arguably, but just Jay, they have arguably signed the most and have the biggest squad of players that have been out on loan over the last 4 or 5 seasons.
But the thing is,
so even having, I'll go back to my point that we made last week. The inherent depth that existed in the Chelsea squad from them signing all these promising youngsters over the last 5 or 6 years, okay, means that unlike say ourselves, where we're looking at the likes of saying Kent and Woodburn and Alexander are great. Isn't it amazing that these 3 are coming through? Right, they have 20 lads. They were able to
none of them are Airfield.
No, but
they're all gone. They're literally farming them out. They're farming them out every year.
Well, they have to now.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
But they have the inherent. Well, I would say to you now, the only thing that I'm surprised about Chelsea is that even though we say this, they've signed Rudiger, they've signed Morata, okay? They've gone out and they've when you say, you know, they've lost these players, but they've gone out and signed players in those replacement parts. Costa, he hasn't gone yet. He's still there.
Yeah, but he's not
Yeah,
gone.
but he's a goner.
Listen, he hasn't gone yet. Nobody's put the money up for him, and he's still there. And I'd say to you, like, everyone said, like, you could say, if you want to use that argument, you could use it against Coutinho. You could say he's gone, but he's not.
It's fair to say
his gaff didn't text him and say
it's fair to say Chelsea have just replaced what they had last year. They haven't actually added. They haven't actually strengthened.
No, yeah.
And I think City need a centre back as much as we do.
Yeah.
They're heavily reliant on company. That's like us relying on Henderson and Sturridge, if not worse. Like, and when he breaks down, they have Otamendi and Stones who together, like, but let's be honest, Otamendi is not much better than Lovren.
And I want to take that point. And look, we'll probably discuss it a little bit more because we're going to have to cover Van Dijk and Coutinho briefly on the pod. I'm not getting into like it's the season before the week starts. I want to focus mainly on the starting game, and also looking at that we have a European game the following week, right? Yeah. Sean makes a very strong point here. City need a centre back, right? Southampton, and I broke a fella's heart on Saturday morning. Sean was in fits laughing, right? So a fella came out to us, somebody we were talking to, and he was, being told, Van Dijk is done. Right now, I nearly fucking spewed.
The famous words.
I nearly spewed a Heineken in his face at this stage. Right, I heard the word "done" at me. But I said to him, I said he's not done because we have heard and we do know that Southampton, at this moment in time, point blank refuse to deal with Liverpool. Right, they will deal with anybody else in the league, and they are prepared to take a markdown on the price they get for Van Dijk because they do not want to deal with Liverpool.
Where's that coming from?
From sources.
Right.
No,
I don't think so. I do not think that's realistic. They have a financial problem.
James Pearce said it today.
James Pearce said it today.
Well, they have a financial problem that they need to address. That 5 million.
Look, I think there will become a point where if Van Dijk goes, I'm going to no one else
but
Liverpool, they reluctantly will probably add on 15 million.
But I don't think. The thing is with Van Dijk is Van Dijk's made his bed now, so. At this stage, I'm sure it's going to come to a stage where his agent's turning around saying, look, Liverpool's not happening. So, look, you have Chelsea there who are Champions League. You have City there who are going to put the money up. You probably, there's Arsenal even, do you know what I mean? Who are going to put the money up for them. So, we're not the only ones in. We're not the only ones in for them. And as far as Coutinho, I'm going to hold my breath on the whole Coutinho show.
But I want to put it because, and James Pearce did come out and corroborate the bit that we were talking about, right? And it goes back to it that if you have a team like Manchester City or Chelsea looking for a centre back before this window closes, right? And you've another team who refuse to deal with the team that's looking to sign Van Dijk, but will be prepared to entertain offers from another top side in England. Eventually, it gets to the point, and I'll make a very good example here, right? And you can debate it afterwards. That Van Dijk will go to City or Chelsea before the window closes. And the best example is another Southampton not happened signing. United pissed Southampton off with Sadio Mane in the winter window before we signed him in the summer window, and they went down and they offered 30 million and whatever it was, 27, 28, 29 million for him, right? And they supposedly tapped him up beforehand, and Southampton refused to deal with United in that winter window. Okay, United missed out on Mane. We went in the summertime and picked him up for 24 million.
How do we know that?
It was in the papers.
Van Gaal wanted Mane.
Yeah.
Big style. He was in for him. Big style. Like debate.
But there was never. I don't remember it being highly publicised that United.
It certainly wasn't to the degree of
not Van Dijk, but it was there.
And like there's every chance United could have pulled out that move and just went.
Well, Andy, all I'm saying is that there is now precedent that if you believe what's being said, and we're saying like believe what the journalists are writing, blah 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 blah, like the around the Van Dijk and the whole lot. But if you believe it was there, Southampton, there's nothing forcing Southampton to deal with Liverpool. Nothing.
It's a great story, and it's a lot different than the other ones that says it's done. So if you want to get a few clicks together, you just say it's not done and this could happen, and then there's a lot of hysteria. People are talking about but they won't. I think the most likely scenario is he goes to Liverpool. If it was any other club other than Liverpool, I'd be saying 100% he's gone there. But because it's us, I think there's a chance.
I think Letizia.
He wants to go to Liverpool.
He wants to play for
Letizia saying that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
Letizia coming out and saying that Liverpool looked foolish was kind of. That was a positive sign to me. That seems to me that he's saying like, oh look at these are coming in, and I see like
Van Dijk didn't have to do that.
The one that's
if he wants to go to Arsenal.
The thing that's annoying me is Liverpool being high and mighty about Coutinho not wanting to leave and fucking holding him there, but at the same time are forcing Van Dijk to make a move. Well, let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck about Southampton or Barcelona. So Coutinho's our player, and if I want him to stay, I want him to stay. Van Dijk's your player; he wants to come to us, so we're going to fucking.
Where's the high and mighty? Where's the high and mighty? It's an absolute fact, right? It's as good as a fact that Van Dijk wants to go to Liverpool.
Exactly,
because it's
that's
highly
publicised. We're pricks.
It's pretty much accepted that he wants it.
It's double standards.
All there's been is a good bit of speculation that Coutinho would like to play for Barcelona. A lot of it is assumed. He's Brazilian. People want to play for Barcelona. It's assumed, but we don't know of an actual incident that took place like we do with Klopp and Van Dijk. That Coutinho has done this for Barcelona. We can only for all we know, Coutinho's. He's not training properly,
but he's getting heard,
and he's happy enough and he's grand.
From what I heard, Griswell Canando in Barcelona says that the deal is done.
No, but
the payment structure with Liverpool.
It's funny enough like that.
Well, the great thing about all this Barcelona speculation is they're saying it's a matter of hours. That's not likely. So they're running out of this story now.
The thing is, as well,
James Pearce saying Steve-O's interview that under no circumstances Southampton have confirmed they will not deal with Liverpool.
No. Yeah, but the thing is,
they haven't said they didn't want to deal with us.
Yeah,
I said today it's unlikely.
To this point, right? I kind of there's two ways that I think this, and I think that Southampton don't like us, and if they could deal with anybody else but us, they would in a heartbeat. That said, there's the other side of this where. I get the sense that Southampton have tried to paint Van Dijk in a bad light so that they don't. They're not portrayed as a selling club.
His statement wasn't like an ordinary statement that he wants to leave, but then he has great respect. He's turned around saying that
they're basically lying.
They're lying about me, and I'm actually going to fucking appeal all of these sanctions that they're trying to put on me.
He reckons he's been telling them for 6 months that he wants to.
He's been in Blackpool for 6 months. So it's pretty clear. He's been in Klopp's Airbnb in Blackpool.
And what about the last line where he says,
host, I heard.
I'd want to go to the top club if they're still interested.
How do you read that?
Liverpool.
Yeah, you read that as that.
If they're still interested, Liverpool, are you still interested? Obviously,
they
have to be careful what they can and can't say because of all the.
The thing is as well that the Van Dijk one has ran on a bit, but I can't understand Liverpool fans losing their shit over Coutinho, because I think there's actually so much.
You can or you can't?
No, I can't, because there's so much in our favour for Coutinho to stay at Liverpool at the moment that I actually think it'd be more likely for us to sign Keita and keep Coutinho than for Coutinho just to leave. Because what happens is, right, the way I see it is, Phil, had we signed Keita and Van Dijk earlier in this window, well then I would be worried about Coutinho leaving, because then FSG have kind of room to breathe. Like, so they say they spent the supposed 70 million on Keita and the supposed 60 million on Van Dijk. That's 110, 120 million. So they could turn around and say, look, well, we can get that funds back now if we just let Coutinho go for the second most expensive fee of all time, just because Barca have the money to throw around.
And don't forget how much money were we depending on from selling Sacco, Moreno to pay for the likes of Keita or Ox or something like that. It's not looking like that now. That we don't look like we're.
It's actually the exact same as the Keita deal. The Keita talk. All of the talk of Keita coming to Liverpool was coming from our side.
It was coming from Twitter.
And the whole time was, but it was always Liverpool-based journalists, and it was always.
It wasn't. James Pearce was on fucking holidays.
Yeah, but there was all the rest of them. Daily Mirror, Keita this, Keita that. All it is now is Barcelona.
No, the Keita stuff was coming from some African bloke.
Yeah, but
in Guinea.
The James,
it was a Guinean joke.
The James,
I know. They're known for pigs.
The James,
it's very small 40. And they aren't even proper pigs. They're more like hamsters.
But
like, how the fuck did they come up with guinea pigs? If you look at a guinea pig, you don't look at it and go, "That's the spits of a tiny pig."
The German
you think
side
a hippo joint pig, maybe.
But here, listen,
the German side of that story was he's not for sale, and the Liverpool side of the story is he's not for sale. All I can see is Catalonian-based journalists and Barcelona-based papers saying the deal is close. But if you look, the deal is closer for Dembele, it's close for Dybala, it's close for all the top tackles all over Europe. Yeah. And that's just Barcelona pushing the boat out, saying who'll push for the move first, so they know exactly who to go for.
If I could think of a reason why he wouldn't leave, would be the club to protect its image. That's the only thing. So
that's like what Carragher said. What Carragher said in that debate.
But then again, at the same time, if they offer
Liverpool and Coutinho.
But in fairness, Carragher also said, "Look, there's an order in football these days, right? And whether we like it or not, Barcelona are above us in the pecking order. And at the same time, Liverpool are above Southampton in the pecking order. And Southampton can not deal with this time, but at some stage, Southampton will want to take the money Liverpool are offering. If you think about it, Southampton rely on the money they get from sales, and if they're going to buy from us,
because we've plowed money into them for years,
also from other Premier League teams, they are not in a position to start saying, "I'm not going to deal with you," because it would be to their detriment long term.
Exactly, because players would say, "I'm not going there," because look how reluctant they are to deal with if I want to move on. Do you know that way?
I think it's a very simplistic way.
To Liverpool or whatever it may be, if you look at it, he has an opportunity to play with the best footballer that ever lived, Messi.
Yeah.
And he has an opportunity to live in the sunshine and speak. I know it's Portuguese, but Spanish is a closer language, so that everybody will be happy. Personally, for him, it's a no-brainer of a move to go to.
It's the golden chalice for all South Americans.
It doesn't have to happen now, and that's the thing. If Barcelona are trying to push it, it's now or never. He will, Neil. He will, because I tell you what, he's going to even be even better next year than he was last year. And when Barcelona come back next year, there'll be 2 or 3 other top clubs in from PSG, Neymar. Fucking get him now. We want more money for him. And that's why if we can hold on to him this year, we'll get the best Coutinho, and then we'll make probably twice as much. We might get 200 million for him next year.
Right, but it's a very simplistic way of looking at transfers in that kind of food chain thing that Carragher was talking about. Because if you look at that, if you use that design, every player just moves up and goes to Barcelona. But you have to take every deal individually. We cannot get Keita, although Red Bull are below us, but we can't get them because they won't sell because they've got money. You know, Southampton is a different situation. Coutinho going to Barcelona is a totally different situation because these South Americans want to go, so it makes it more likely. But then again, there's Klopp, there's Liverpool on the up,
and it's
he's a big player. So you have to look at every deal. It doesn't just mean because Barcelona are bigger and better than us, he's going to go now. He may not even go next year.
I personally, I think he go. I've always kind of had it in my back of my mind. Same with Suarez, that type of player is always going to make that step to a Real Madrid or a Barcelona. My gut would be it's going to be next season.
Right.
If this conversation had started at the start of this summer, I think he could have gone. If we'd have had time to get him replacements. And as long as we got 120 million, 130 million, whatever it is, and I had faith in our board going out and spending that money on two good players. I just don't know.
Right now, it can't be amicable, really, because we don't have the time to spend.
Exactly.
And also, the other point is, we all love Coutinho. He's our best player, but on a world level, I don't think he's quite recognised as high as we see him. He is inconsistent. There is patches where he's dragging balls wide. I know if he goes to Barcelona, he's surrounded by better players, but at the same time, in their head, they've got 200 million for Neymar. He was a huge player from works his bollocks off and everything else. Coutinho won't be like for like. He won't just walk into that team and replace him. So they're going to need to say, what do we value a player like Coutinho at? And in their minds, 90 million has been their bid, or whatever it was, euro, 75 million pounds. Liverpool won't do business at that level. Liverpool will want 120 million, 150 million.
Yeah.
And that's what he is worth to us, but he's certainly not worth that to Barcelona because of his inconsistencies.
I don't think they're going to pay him up
the
front,
perfect
though.
example is Gylfi Sigurdsson. He's not worth 50 million to Everton, but he's worth double that to Swansea, because if he goes this year, they could get relegated.
Okay, look, I just want to break, because I do want to wrap this up. So ultimately, do you think Coutinho goes?
No.
John?
No.
Purely down to time and no.
Neil?
Yeah.
Okay. No, you always have to have a dissenting voice, right? Right, okay, Grant. Andy, did we get Van Dijk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean?
Yes.
Okay. Did we get anyone else?
Yeah.
Who?
I'd say.
Hang on the whole lot talk. We'll talk about it on the podcast.
Oh, nicely.
Oh, get off that segue.
You've seen the debate. The main thing we got around tonight was that guinea pigs look nothing like fucking pigs, and God knows where they came up with the name for that, because that's just madness, right?
Wait till we get all this stolen software.
We're gonna pay Naby Keita. We're going to pay Naby Keita's wages in guinea pigs next season.
Neil Gray, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly. It's good to see
like
Neil Gray come in right at the end with some bit of intelligence. Anyway,
we're gonna charge for this
podcast will be
pod.
up later. Go follow the streams and all that shit that we talk about all the time, and we will see you in a bit. I'm going to just
Cheery
reach
boy.
over here. I hope I don't knock over all the